So many people like to say that The Legend of Korra ruined Avatar. Now, this is to the point that there's even whole series on YouTube where people just nitpick every small thing about the series just to slander it. Now, I know, there are some valid criticisms of the series. It is not perfect. But I've just never seemed to understand the hate mob that The Legend of Korra has. Almost every single one of my videos is about Aang and the old Team Avatar, but it seems like every single video I make there's comments about how Korra's bad and it was the worst thing to ever happen, even though she had literally nothing to do with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the points that you guys make. Now the points here that I have chosen are just the ones that I see the most. So yeah, let's get into it. Now the one that I see the most is that The Legend of Korra ruined bending. I see people saying that The Legend of Korra threw away the traditional martial arts and they just dumbed it down to punches and kicks. And they're saying that the writers were lazy and they did this because they wanted cheap animation. Okay. Let me break this down into parts why this is just wrong and why I disagree with it. First, you guys are right. The Legend of Korra did put traditional martial arts to the side just a little bit. But this was clearly intentional for many reasons, and it was not just to make the animation cheaper. Let me explain. This new style of bending was even hinted on in Avatar: The Last Airbender. For example, when Iroh was teaching Zuko, he told him it's important to learn from all the other elements and incorporate them into your style to make you stronger. In a sense, this is mixed martial arts. This new style of bending was even touched upon in Avatar: The Last Airbender, combining all fighting styles to make you a better fighter. The fighting in Legend of Korra is very similar to the fighting in real life in mixed martial arts. In real life, fighters got better when people started sharing their skills with each other and evolving as fighters together. Now, how did they do this in The Legend of Korra? And that is through Republic City. Republic City is the first city in all of Avatar where benders from all different nations lived together, they trained together, and they exposed each other to each other's cultures. So you bring all these cultures together, you let them teach each other their fighting styles, and what do you get? You get an evolution of traditional martial arts and a new age of fighting begins. This was clearly meant to be more relatable to the average person. Now let me explain. If you look at the way Bolin fights, he's clearly like a boxer, he's light on his feet, he throws a lot of 1-2s. But not only that, he's shown to be able to wrestle, right? Bolin has a skill set that's very similar to what most high school wrestlers get when they get out of high school or they get out of college, right? They get out of college, they want to get into mixed martial arts, they first learn how to box. They essentially just become wrestlers with a good 1-2 and overhand right. That kind of represents what Bolin is. I just think that the authors tried to make this relatable, which it is, but it's just not relatable to Avatar fans, right? Most Avatar fans probably didn't wrestle in high school. Most Avatar fans probably aren't into mixed martial arts or boxing. So they kind of missed the mark here. But I can see what they were going for, and what they were going for was very cool in my opinion. And definitely does not deserve to be called lazy, because it wasn't. They thought a lot about it. It's just they missed their mark and this is not their demographic. It was anything but lazy. Did they want the animation to be cheaper? Well, possibly, but I don't think so. Let me explain. Why would they go through all of this trouble to reinvent their bending system just to save a few dollars on animation? Like, I guarantee you guys, it probably wouldn't have costed that much more to keep it the traditional way. Now, I don't really like to make my videos too long, so I'm going to make this last point a little shorter, right? People say that the villains in The Legend of Korra are bad, they're shallow, and they don't really have that much to them. Maybe they are like that if you want to compare it to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender, the story had an overarching goal, right? They had the 100-year-long war, and the final villain was Ozai, and they needed to defeat him. And they had all these little plot points leading up to that. So maybe if you compare it to that, it does suck. But that's not fair. The Legend of Korra is its own show, and it deserves to be judged fairly. So because the Avatar world is at peace now and Aang did end the 100-year-long war, there's not an overarching plot that the Legend of Korra has. Like, there's no to defeat X before X time. But I do think the writers did a good job of providing Korra with more modernized villains that have more modern philosophies. Now, I don't want to get demonetized, so I will not be saying the political words that these people represent, but I'm sure you could put it together. Amon represented equality through persecution, Zahir represented freedom through chaos, and Kuvira represented peace through submission. Now that water guy, we're just not going to talk about him. I agree, he sucked. I didn't like the water guy. I don't even remember his name. I think the entire series was good except for him in season 2. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that Korra is a modern avatar, and she needs to solve modern problems. And I guess the series was meant to be relatable, and to a lot of people it was, and to a lot of people it wasn't. So in my opinion, did Korra ruin Avatar? No. I really like Korra. Thought Korra was a great series. I like the modernization of the Avatar world, but some people didn't, and you're entitled to your own opinion. But I thought it was good, and this video is a quick little summary on everything I thought was great about The Legend of Korra that other people did not like. Now there's so many other things I wanted to talk about, but this video is getting a little bit long for my liking. So if you guys want a part 2 of this, please leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to do that. But yeah, that is the end of the video. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like, it helps out a lot. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video.